I am in the walled city of Cartagena in Colombia, and Colombia is country number 46.
Welcome to Chai Travels. In this video, I will take you on a 3-day journey in the beautiful Colombian city of Cartagena. Before we get started, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I visited Cartagena in August of 2021 and I loved it. Colombia is one of my favorite countries in South America. Cartagena is known since the colonial era as Cartagena de Indias. Cartagena's past role as the link in the route to West Indies provides it with important historical value for world exploration and preservation of heritage. As a former Spanish colony, it was key port for export of Bolivian silver to Spain and import of enslaved Africans. The present city, named after Cartagena, Spain, was founded on 1st of June 1533, but settlement by various indigenous people in the region around Cartagena Bay date back from 4000 BC. During the Spanish colonial period, Cartagena had a key role in administration and expansion of the Spanish Empire. In 1984, the walled city of Cartagena was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Since the early 2010s, the city has undergone extensive restorations of historical buildings in the walled city. Restaurants and boutique hotels have been transformed into architectural masterpieces, creating inviting designs where you can relax in quiet courtyards tucked away from bustling streets or dine in the open-air huge palm trees. The result is a historic city transformed through its revitalization efforts in a destination that makes travelers want to linger. Cartagena is a stunning colonial city, and in this video let me show you around this beautiful city. But first, a cup of the famous Colombian coffee to fuel the day. Most tourists will stay in the old walled city of Cartagena, which includes the neighborhoods of Centro, San Diego and Getsemani. You will likely start at the Puerta del Reloj, which is the main city gate of the historic city and the original entrance of the fortified city. It is located between the squares of Plaza de Independencia and Plaza de los Coches. The Plaza de los Coches is a colonial square and has remained an integral part of Cartagena since the city was founded in 1533. You will see horse-drawn carriages all over and is one of the most popular things to do in Cartagena and a good way to see the famous spots in the city quickly. But that is not my style, as I love exploring charming colonial cities like these on foot. The Cathedral Santa Catalina de Alejandría is the most photographed building in the old town of Cartagena, particularly at night when the impressive spire is lit up like a scene from a fairy tale. You can see it from throughout the old city as you wander along the streets. The building dates from 1612 and has recently been completely restored. The cathedral is across from the street from Plaza Bolivar. During the day, artists sell their work and are often in the vicinity of the cathedral. You can walk up the city walls and walk around almost entirely. Here is also where you can catch a beautiful sunset and eat at a restaurant on the city's historic walls looking out at sea. If you walk outside the city walls, just outside you will find Parque del Centenario, where you can see some sloths, iguanas and other animals. From there you'll be in Getsemani area, with the Plaza de la Trinidad being the most popular square there. Here you can find street vendors selling a variety of food, street performers and tourists sitting on the steps of Iglesia de la Trinidad. This area also comes to life at about 6 p.m. Surrounding the square are a number of small casual restaurants with indoor and outdoor dining. Almost most of them are open air. Wander back from the square to see flag-covered streets, huge murals and graffiti-covered walls, an umbrella-covered alley and people dragging their chairs out of the sidewalk to enjoy the warm evenings. Nearby is Plaza del Pozo, where you can find a table in the evening in the square and listen to a musician or a small band. Here you can even buy custom-made souvenirs like the Mona Lisa that I bought here. If you are looking for some good live performance, no better place than Cafe Havana. From about 8 p.m. and into midnight, they have live salsa performers. They charge a small cover fee, but it quickly became a favorite place of mine, so much that I came here 2 nights in a row. Sitting on a hilltop just a short drive from the walls of the city, Castillo San Felipe de Bajaras is regarded as one of the greatest forts the Spanish ever built in the New World. Its complex tunnel system and overall design, triangular in shape, made it unique among the Spanish forts. The most impressive feature of the fort is the tunnel system. The design of tunnels took into consideration acoustics, which allowed the Spanish to hear even the slightest noise created by anyone trying to approach. When in Cartagena, you must visit Colombia's famous mud volcano on a day trip. After walking up a long set of stairs to the top of the so-called volcano, you can drop into a pool of mud. You will be completely covered head to toe in mud, but once you get out, locals are there to lend you a hand to help you scrub down with water and towels to get off the mud.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
And this is where we just washed off all the mud into the lake here.
Now we go back into Cartagena. Another beautiful plaza is Plaza Santo Domingo, with the most famous features being the reclining female statue by Colombian sculptor Fernando Botero. In this plaza is Iglesia de Santo Domingo, dating back to the 17th century. The sanctuary of Saint Peter CLAVER is a wonderfully preserved church dating back to 1580, housing the bones of Saint Peter CLAVER. This church is a cool and quiet escape from the dynamic heat of Cartagena. In the evening, the square is a front and it transforms into a lively spot. Visible from almost everywhere in Cartagena and lit up at night, the Convento de la Popa is perched on a 150-meter hill known as Mount Popa, high above the city. Built in early 1600s as a convent, it has been used for several purposes over the years, including army barracks. Simon Bolivar set up even for a while here. Today, the Convento de la Popa is a religious museum. You can also visit the Palace of the Inquisition. Cartagena was the main headquarters of the Spanish Inquisition in all of South America. Housed in a beautifully restored series of mansions dating back from 1770, the Palace of Inquisition, or Museo de Historia de Cartagena de Indias, provides a very in-depth overview of the Spanish Inquisition. The Museo Naval del Caribe is housed in a beautifully restored Jesuit school dating from 1612. Displays detail 500 years of Cartagena's maritime history along with information on Colombian Navy and Army. In the city, you will find women dressed in bright colored dresses selling fruit, and they are known as palanqueras. They are from a nearby village and you can take a picture with them if you buy a fruit or for a tip. It is a pretty popular thing to do in Cartagena. If you like shopping, check out Los Bovedas. They are little shops built into the walls of the city with alcoves and columns all around. There are also beautiful beaches to soak in the sun, and it is also a popular spot for kite surfing. Cartagena is a gorgeous and colorful city packed with history and culture, so definitely take your time exploring it, and I would recommend spending at least 3 days in it. If you are interested in seeing more of South America, then check out my videos on Brazil, Bolivia, Guyana and Suriname in the description box below.